Kia ora, a rather settled start to the week. High pressure sits across New Zealand, and for most of us, that means a dry and relatively settled story. There's still a bit of cloud around here and there, and you can see a few showers up across Northland today and across those central parts of the North Island, perhaps pushing through towards Taupo and the Bay of Plenty. But for most of us, it's a dry story through the daytime. A touch more cloud in the far south, pushing up in towards Otago and perhaps southern Canterbury as we head through the nighttime. But overnight, the high pressure sits with us, and other than a bit of patchy mist and fog forming through parts of Waikato and down towards Buller, it's a dry story. Overnight temperatures tonight, perhaps down to about 11 or 12 degrees Celsius through Manawatu, and perhaps down to about 9 or so for Queenstown. Otherwise, not a bad looking story at all. And into Tuesday, well, for most of us, the high pressure stays firmly in place, which means, again, a dry story. There's areas of cloud to watch out for down south, and we'll find a few showers once again springing up through the Bay of Plenty. But for most of us, it's a dry looking Tuesday, with temperatures at pretty high as well, especially up through parts of Waikato and the Bay of Plenty. Let's have a look at the North Island. Well, you can see we have got perhaps a little bit of early morning cloud here and there. There are a few showers to watch out for, just skirting that western coast of Northland. But for most of us, it's a dry morning. As we go through towards the afternoon, we find the cloud bubbling up, a touch more cloud pushing up towards this eastern side. We'll find a few showers springing up through the Bay of Plenty as well. You can see them, just those patches of blue there. Definitely not for everyone, but I think it's worth keeping a close eye on the radar there. Might find an odd shower springing up. But for most of us, it's a dry day from, say, Wellington up through Taranaki, up towards Waikato, and even into Auckland as well. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures probably warmest up here through parts of Waikato, with highs around about 29 degrees Celsius, 27s out there through places like Tauranga. Not a bad looking day, but do watch out for an odd shower through the Bay of Plenty there, just where those clouds start to bubble and build. Down on towards the South Island. Well, again, for most of us, it's a dry day. A bit more cloud pushing through towards the foothills of Canterbury could bring an isolated spot of drizzle, but I think for most of us, it's a dry story. And that cloud through Canterbury breaks up again through the afternoon to give us some brightness and some sunshine. Down south, plenty of clear sky once the early morning cloud clears away. Might find if you're heading right up in towards the tops of the Southern Alps, up in towards parts of the Nelson Lakes areas, a bit more cloud and the chance of a shower, but really, I think for many of us down towards the coastal parts and down towards the lower parts of the island, it's a dry looking day, not a bad looking story. And in terms of our temperatures, highs of around 26 there in Queenstown, 20 or so for Christchurch as well. Looking ahead into Wednesday, well, the high pressure is still pretty much built across New Zealand, which means, again, areas of cloud and perhaps an odd shower back in towards the Bay of Plenty through the afternoon. Most of the time, though, it's pretty fine and dry. In the far south, this next front runs up and it starts to bring a little bit more cloud back in towards Southland and Stewart Island, but it stays far enough away that for most of us on Wednesday, it's a dry day. A quick look ahead in towards Waitangi, you can see that next front runs up the south line. It weakens away as it does so, but does introduce a touch more cloud right the way from, say, the west coast and towards Canterbury as well, a bit more in the way of cloudier weather there. But I think we are going to find up on the north side, most of the time it's dry. An odd afternoon shower again through parts of the Bay of Plenty, but not a bad looking Thursday for most of the North Island. That's it from me. There's more at metservice.com.